Every town has a secret, a place people whisper about, but never visit. A place where stories are buried under fog and time. In the small English town of Windermere, that place was known as Black Hollow, a stretch of woodland so thick, so unnaturally silent, that even the birds refused to fly above it. In November of 1978, a man named Thomas Gray drove into those woods and was never seen again. What happened that night has puzzled investigators, terrified locals, and haunted his family for decades. But as time passed, the mystery only deepened, because people began to believe that Thomas Gray never truly left. Thomas Gray wasn't a drifter or a thrill seeker. He was a carpenter, a quiet man devoted to his wife, Margaret, and their 2 children, Emily and James. He built furniture for the nearby villages, elegant, hand-carved pieces that people still talk about today. Neighbors described him as kind, patient, but often distracted, like his thoughts were always somewhere else. On the morning of November 3rd, Thomas packed the back of his truck with finished furniture, kissed his family goodbye, and told Margaret he'd be back by evening. He never returned. That night, the weather changed. A cold mist rolled through Windermere, thicker than anyone had seen before. By morning, his truck was found by the dirt road that cut through Black Hollow. The engine was still running. Headlights on. Driver's door wide open. But Thomas Gray was gone. The town organized a massive search. Volunteers, police, and rescue dogs scoured the woods. But something strange happened almost immediately. The dogs refused to enter the hollow. They whined, pulled at their leashes, even lay flat on the ground, as if something beyond the tree line terrified them. Officers described the area as unnaturally quiet. No insects, no birds, just a low hum in the air, a sound you could almost feel in your chest. After 3 days, all they found were Thomas's tire tracks leading halfway into the forest and stopping. No footprints, no struggle, nothing. It was as if he had simply vanished into thin air. Weeks passed. Then one night, Margaret Gray heard something. 3 slow knocks at the back door. Knock, knock, knock. When she opened it, no one was there. But muddy footprints, Thomas's boot size, led from the door to the edge of the woods and disappeared. She told the police, but they dismissed it as imagination. Still, over the next month, neighbors began reporting strange sightings. A tall figure standing near the tree-line at dusk, wearing clothes like Thomas's work jacket. One man swore he saw the figure wave at him before vanishing into the fog. At night, people began hearing whispers near the hollow, low, broken voices repeating the same words. Don't follow the light. The townsfolk stopped using that road altogether. Even children were forbidden from playing near the forest. And still, the fog never lifted. 5 years later, in 1983, a hiker cutting through the hollow found something unusual nailed to a tree. A small wooden carving, roughly human-shaped, with the initials TG scratched into its back. Below it were words written in shaky handwriting. The fog isn't empty. Authorities confirmed it was Thomas's handwriting, verified through old letters kept by his wife. But no one could explain how it had appeared 5 years after his disappearance. The hiker who found it later told a newspaper that while he stood there, the air around him grew colder. He felt something, or someone brushed past him. When he turned, there was nothing but mist. He never went back. Over the years, countless theories emerged. Some said Thomas wandered too deep into the woods and fell into one of the old mine shafts that littered the area. Others believed he'd run away, starting a new life somewhere else. But the strangest theory came from local folklore. Long before Windermere was built, the land around Black Hollow was home to an ancient pagan settlement. Records mention rituals performed to appease the spirits of the mist. Offerings made whenever someone vanished unexpectedly. Archaeologists later uncovered circular stones and carvings nearby, symbols matching those same rituals. Could Thomas have stumbled onto something sacred that night? Or worse, something forbidden? In 1986, 8 years after Thomas's disappearance, another strange report surfaced. A park ranger claimed to have found fresh footprints deep inside the hollow. Men's boots, size 11, same as Thomas. The prints led toward the old creek, and stopped abruptly, as if the man had stepped off the ground and vanished. When police examined the area, they discovered something frozen in the mud, an old wedding ring engraved with the initials T and M. Margaret confirmed it was her husband's. The ring looked untouched by time, no rust, no weather damage, as if it had been dropped just days before. That was the last official search ever done in Black Hollow. Decades later, locals still speak of Black Hollow in hushed tones. They say on cold November nights, when the fog rolls in, a man's voice can be heard calling from the woods. Sometimes it sounds desperate, other times calm, almost inviting. A few brave souls have tried to record it. Their footage shows nothing, just mist and static. But the audio? Always the same. The fog isn't empty. To this day, no remains have ever been found. No explanation. Just a story that refuses to die. Some mysteries fade with time. Others linger like echoes, trapped between this world and whatever lies beyond. And in Windmere, they say if you listen closely, you can still hear the faint sound of a truck engine running somewhere in the fog.